Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are doing well. I know it's been a while since we have last spoken, but I'm here with another podcast, and again we are going to allow them to channel and see what messages they would like to give to you all. I don't know what that is. I don't know what these messages are. I don't know what they're going to say. I don't know who's going to say it. This is completely them. So, with that being said, I will go ahead, clear my mind, and allow them to speak. Grateful we are, my children of love, and we do say love intentionally, Enoch speaking. You are all very important pieces in this puzzle of tranquility, humanity. The love that you all carry is an important aspect of not only who you are, but this realm and its directional path. As you all know, the earth is ascending, yes, but there is much more to this peace. Your love is what is infused in all of humanity, and it is time to begin to allow this love to be the ultimate guide. Far too often are we relinquishing our egos to the manifestations of low vibration, and thus we allow low vibration to guide us, to drive us. And this is not so the case, the course, the intention, my children. We are asking all of you to step into a higher vibration of love, of attunement into love, attunement into the understanding that all that occurs here is with great reason. But you are all being called upon at this time to step forward into a greater reasoning, into a greater understanding. And that is the importance of love, forgiveness, acceptance, understanding. These are all gratitude, are all high vibrational levels of attunement that each individual in humanity can begin to attune to. These higher vibrational aspects. It is who you are in the core, my children. But it is time to identify with this aspect of who you are and relinquish the ego mind and all of its desires to keep you low. This is not who you are, my children. This is a matter of the ego mind and not a matter of the heart or soul, which ultimately is who you are, the soul. We have encouraged you all before with the understanding that the solar plexus and heart are where the intuitive sense comes from. We ask you to pay more attention to this location. More vibrancy is needed within it. Bring vigor and a true intensity, passion when we are engaging with the solar plexus intuitive mind. We are so grateful for all that you bring, my children, to this realm. But it is time now for you to begin to own this sense of who you are. It is not a matter of question. It is a matter of fact, of truth. You are truth. You are love. We offer you now sayings of peace, mantras, if you will, that will assist in the attunement process. I am love. I am love through the intentions of my heart chakra. I connect now to my intuitive sense, my soul self, my higher self, with the ultimate intention of being and attuning to love. and allowing for my loving sense to step forward and be one with the sense at which my human self is. And I am grateful. Thank you. This, my children, is a small prayer, a small mantra, if you will, a saying that will help bring your energy frequency level to a level at which is needed. You are all capable of much more in this realm, of much more love, of asserting more love, being more love. And we are grateful for this. It is only when we allow for this love to be the true guide in every movement that we make that will assist in it being one with us. We understand the ego mind now says this is a difficult task, but we urge you now, we tell you now that it is possible. With continued thought, with continued knowing, you are capable of achieving more. Your souls are receivers. Yes, like a radio, receivers from the heavenly realm, and the heavenly realm will work through you. The more you attune to these higher vibrational aspects of who you are, the more the heavenly realm can engage with your human self. The more the heavenly realm can reveal itself directly or work directly through and with your human self. The heavenly realm is only but a matter of vibration frequency away from what you currently are. We are always interacting with you, but the level at which this can occur increases, magnifies, amplifies as a direct result of your attunement to the higher levels of energy. It is needed for the heavenly realm to begin to interact even more so with all of humanity's physical self, the balance of energy. The dwelling upon low vibration breaks this connection or severs it, fractures it more. It is with the attunement to the higher level of love that more is felt, that more communication, more connection strengthens. And we are grateful for this. It is within this connection much more can occur from a communicational aspect and guidance from the realm of heaven. You all, my children, are being called at this time to be one with this higher self, with this attunement, to allow for the heavenly realm to begin to interact not only with you, but through you. And through you, we say, much more can occur in this realm on a miracle sense, on an occurrence sense. When we allow for the attunement of love to begin to operate vibrantly through us, and we become one with it on a much deeper sense, on a much more knowing sense of who we are, that is which we are, love. The heavenly realm can begin to step forward, to offer messages to more. You are all messengers in a sense, messengers from that receive messages from the heavenly realm. And it is time now for you to begin to receive even more messages. But we ask you to find peace in what you do receive, and do not dwell upon that which you do not receive. This is a matter of intention, my children. Intention not in you intend to receive more, but intend it in that this is what you are intended to receive. We ask you to find great peace in this. This is not a matter of you wanting more and not receiving it. It is a matter of what you are destined to receive. And this is an important understanding, my children. We ask you all to step forward into this attunement of love. Be the love. We ask you now to be very cognizant of what you all are attempting to achieve in your lives. And thus, is it what you feel? Is it what the intuitive sense is attempting to guide you to? Or is the ego mind attempting to thwart these activities and change direction? It is not something that we think, my children. Your path is something that is given to you, that aligns with you when you align with your truth, with your light, with your purpose in this lifetime. And this is an important distinction, my children. Do not think or dwell upon what your path is. Your path will be aligned to you when you reach your attunement level of love. The love, my children, though, must be directed both inwardly first and then externally. We must love ourselves enough to know that we are enough, that you are worthy of receiving this communication, that you are worthy of doing all that is meant for you to be done in this lifetime. But this is done without thought, my children. It is done with your presence in this moment, with your understanding, deeper as it is, of all that is occurring in this realm. And now you are being called into a forest of darkness, if you will. We paint a picture of a flashlight. Enter the darkness of this realm, the density of this realm. We tell you, though, it is filled with both light and density. But this is not a matter of focus. The density is not a matter of focus, my children. The light is the light of your heart. As it magnifies, amplifies the density within this realm, it thins. Your light thins the density. You are all that is intended to be. Walk upon this world with greater understanding, greater knowing, and we do say knowing intentionally. Find a peace within you and know this peace is possible whenever you desire. It is a matter of awareness and understanding that in a moment that density is being felt, you are capable of redirecting your mind, your heart, soul into the light, into a more peaceful place, and allowing for that peaceful moment to step forward and be the guide even when density is felt. It is possible. It takes great discipline, great desire, intention, and great effort, my children. But it is very possible. It is within these moments that your light, your connection, your love amplifies and comes even more visible, becomes more visible to more in humanity. It is the soul's aspect of all of humanity that notices this light, that gravitates towards it. All of humanity is attempting to balance energies, the energy, the density of this realm, and the lightness of the soul self. It is only within our intention and action that will allow for this balance to become even more so. And it is imperative. The world right now is in need of your light. But we do tell you there is more that is occurring in this realm. There is a deeper sense of love that all individuals are beginning to feel, a sense of coming together in different areas. We tell you now to focus upon the love that each individual has and the love that they are coming from in their particular belief systems. We tell you there is love ultimately behind what you see on the surface, the superficial level of what is occurring. But do not dwell upon this superficial level and go deeper into who they are as their soul, knowing that it is your light, your attunement to the love that will ultimately assist their soul in balancing more energy. And we are grateful. You, my children, are all warriors of the light, are all beings that are capable of shifting and transmuting density into light, to thinning the density of this realm and allowing for more love to be felt throughout this world. And we are grateful. Make no mistake about the importance at which you bring to this realm and all that is possible within it. We ask for your service, my children. my service to the heart, to the love, to the soul in which you are, to bring love to all situations. We understand with time. We ask for your patience in who you are and allowing for this love to ultimately step forward. It takes effort. And every moment that effort is put forth into this loving aspect, we are grateful always. We are grateful even for your intentions to do so. It is helpful. But the more that you allow for this intention to come manifest itself, the more powerful it becomes. And we are grateful. It is time, my children. And we say to you now, step forward into the light to be the love and allow for it to guide you. We would now like to communicate with you about your gifts and the ways in which spiritual heavenly realm communicate with you. There are several. These, as you indicate, clairs, are an important aspect of our communicational method to you. Each of you carry with you a series of gifts that are intended to be receptors from and of the heavenly realm. These receptors, my children, are important aspects of attuning to the light, understanding that as you attune more to this light, as we have indicated, the heavenly realm can communicate even more with you. The lighter frequencies of love carry with them greater communicational aspects, and we are grateful for this. What we ask you to is to begin to recognize your sense of feeling, the visual aspects in which you see, the telepathic communication of your mind where sudden mind shifts in thought occur. Be aware this may be telepathic communication, my children, but one must be in a state of quietness, meditation, if you will. We encourage you all to meditate on a regular basis and to begin a baseline, if you will, of your gifts, your clairs, these receptors. The more that you work in specifically with each receptive area, the better off you will be in understanding the different modes, means of communication that there are, and there are several. We have listed 3 here today, but understanding that if you continue to work with these 3 right now, you are beginning to operate with the majority of how we communicate with most. We tell you now to meditate in a state in which you begin to become more aware of your feelings, not emotionally, but in addition to emotionally, not only emotionally, but in addition to emotion, to the sensations that your energy feels, the vibrations in your physical sense form. Simply be aware of these aspects of who you are. Feel the energy around your body. This develops your greater sense of energetic shifts, both internally and externally. It allows for you to acquire a baseline of the energy at which you feel on a normal, regular basis within your particular physical body. Once we spend some time developing an awareness of this baseline, you will begin to realize, become aware of sudden shifts in the energies of your body when they occur, and the spiritual realm is making its presence known to you through this method, through this receptor. We tell you now, though, to be very patient and to be very trusting of what you feel. There are times in which the heavenly realm will reveal itself, and then there are other times you will feel lower vibrational energies, entities. We tell you now this is okay and not something to be dwelled upon. You simply call upon the heavenly realm at that very moment in time if you feel low in vibration and ask for clearing and assistance, and it shall occur. You do this knowing, my children. You do not dwell upon the low vibration itself. You dwell upon the heavenly realm and the strength at which it brings to you. This is so. We also communicate to you now about the clairvoyant third eye. We tell you now to spend time with this, to intend for it to be open and for it to see. And next, we ask for your patience as this occurs. Some of you already have an open third eye, and for that we are grateful. But for those that are encouraged and willing to work with the third eye to allow for it to open, we are also equally grateful. We tell you with the opening of the third eye, there is much that comes forward through it. Not only are the visual aspects of the heavenly realm revealed here, and yes, in metaphoric representations at times, and in others, direct, literal interpretations of the heavenly realm, but much wisdom flows through the third eye. And we do ask for you to spend a great quality of time with your own third eye. It is with this your third eye, and with the attunement to love that will allow more wisdom to be felt and noticed. The more time we spend in a meditative state, looking into the third eye and intending it to be open and receptors activated, the better off you will be with receiving even more truth of who you are. The truth of who you are, my children, on a soul level, and all that you are intended to learn about this soul aspect in this lifetime will occur with the opening of the third eye. We ask you all, do not dwell upon the different aspects that you might hear about on the third eye in this physical sense. For instance, we say fluoride. Do not dwell upon the third eye being closed as a matter of truth with the ingestion of fluoride. This, my children, is a dwelling upon a low vibration. And we tell you now the force of love is the greatest force on this planet, on this realm, ever, anywhere. And we tell you that there is no sense that is capable of stopping the love when it is attuned to. If you are attuned to love and you are intending for your third eye to be open, it will, my children. And if it is intended to have happened in this lifetime, we tell you now it will. Be aware of this and do not dwell upon the theories of man and ego mind to help block receptors that are readily available to the soul. It is the soul and the intentions that are held with the third eye that will allow this receptor to activate and receive. It is not the fluoride in which you ingest that will cease such actions. Love is not capable of being stopped when it is intended to be received and guided from. We are grateful for this understanding, but we also ask you to take this understanding into all aspects of who you are, knowing that love is the ultimate force ever, anywhere. We tell you now to walk in it. It is within that force that nothing can occur, should you so not choose. Now, with that, we tell you that the humanity side of your being is an important one. And even though we walk in the light, in love, that does not thwart or misunderstand that aspects of low vibration are not possible. As we have indicated before, Jesus has walked himself, our loving Father, Creator, our Lord and Savior, has walked himself to his deathbed. But death, we tell you, was not actual. The physical sense was lost. This is a matter of so. but his being is still present to this day, and this is unstoppable. This is love, my children. It is not the actions that occur on this realm. It is the heart and the love in which we feel that are ultimately going to lead us to the heavenly realm. We ask you now to be very aware of how you are allowing the ego mind to discourage and thwart ideas, notions of the intuitive sense. Be aware. And that is why we say to spend time with each of these receptors that we are discussing today. At this moment, we are discussing the third eye. And we know that we have jumped off course, if you will. But we return now to the idea of the third eye. And when we spend time and intention with the idea notion that it shall remain open, be open, we tell you now it will. But the more time that you spend with this receptor, with these receptors that we are discussing today, the better off, the better understanding you will have of them and how they work. Each receptor for each individual can work slightly different, but with the understanding that you are developing a greater sense of how your receptor works, the better off it will be. Spend time gazing into your third eye with your eyes closed, or they can even remain open, my children. Yes, this is so. However, we do very much encourage you to relax. Relax and be one with that present moment, and allow what is meant to be seen at that moment. Spend time without judgment and in great appreciation for all that is occurring in this very moment. We are grateful for it. Spend quality time with these receptors, my children. The third eye and the feeling are receptors that are very much needed to develop. The feeling of clairsentient ability you all possess. And we are grateful for the allowance of them to be open. The final spiritual gift that we would like to communicate with you all about at this time is the telepathic means of communication. This receptor is one that requires even greater time and greater understanding, but is an extremely important receptor once it is opened or understood. We tell you now, many of you are already receiving communication via this method of telepathic communication, but it is not always understood. What we ask you here is to sit in a state of silence, not silence of the mind. Focus the mind. Focus the mind on love, on your heart space, on the intuitive sense of your solar plexus, and ask your guides to step forward and communicate with you directly through the telepathic communication channels. Once you ask your guides to step forward through the telepathic channels, these receptors, we ask you to ask questions of your guides and trust in your answers, in the answers received. And we do say trust. Trust is an important aspect of the telepathic communication that is all being received. For it is within the trust we begin to trust more in our knowing, and the intuitive sense knows. The ego mind will begin to thwart these receptors with simple doubt. But this is not so, my children. Do not allow for the love within your heart to know that receptors are being communicated with, and you are receiving truth. You are receiving love. You are receiving communication from the heavenly realm, and we are grateful. Sit in a state of silence, in a meditative state, and focus on the intuitive sense of the solar plexus. Ask your guides to step forward and ask them questions that they can relay through your telepathic means of receptivity. And at times you may feel as if you are communicating with yourself. We tell you now, this is not so. Trust. Should there be a sense that you feel is communicating with you on a lower vibrational sense, we understand this is a possibility. But understanding also that the ego mind will attempt to communicate with yourself as it already does in the same channel. But the frequency is different. Love is always love and accepting. Anything that is of love is accepting, is peaceful, is encouraging. Anything that is not of love and of the potential ego mind is the opposite. What we ask you to do to separate this difference is to trust more in the loving sense and ignore any communication that is not of the loving sense. Simply be one with yourself and the peaceful aspects of who you are. This is an important distinction and one of the difficult, if you will, receptors to differentiate between ego and spiritual communication. But this does not come through thought. We do not think about the communication that we are receiving, my children. We feel it. And this is a distinction that is very important to take with you. Should you receive connection, communication through this receptor, and yes, communication is connection, we ask you to be one with yourself for a moment, to sit back in a meditative state and allow for the intuitive mind to truly guide you at that moment, knowing that your intuitive sense will lead you to whether or not this is communication. This takes time, my children, and great practice, patience. But it is very capable of being received. And should you so give it the time and patience that is needed, you will tune yourself to another level of communication that is extremely powerful. It is the means at which we are talking to you now, and we are grateful for it. But time and practice are required here. Patience as well. We must be one with the moment, knowing that when communication is felt, we should step back and trust in the intuitive guidance that we are receiving, knowing that this is truth. It will be helpful. Do not dwell upon the low vibrational aspects that are heard or felt at different times. We tell you now, it is possible that you do. And there are also moments in time when you will feel as if this is not for your highest and greatest good. We tell you this is a moment that the ego mind is trying to thwart, discourage the growth at which is occurring on a soul level. Your ego mind is very well aware of the potential that your soul carries with it and what happens when we step fully into our loving sense. When we step fully into our loving sense, the ego mind begins to fade and lose its grip on all that it has currently on the physical. It does not want this. Be aware of it. It is not something to dwell upon. It is something simply to be aware of. And this is an important distinction. You are love incarnate. Love incarnate is what you are. step into the loving sense of what you are, this truth of who you are. Step fully into it, own it, be it, speak it with aspects of your vibrant soul, and allow for it to be your ultimate guide. And we are grateful. Go in great peace, my children. We love you all and are grateful for your time and patience here today. Requiring much truth, humanity is right now. And you are the truth at which is capable of being brought forward to all. It is your truth that will be leveraged by the heavenly realm to infuse even more love into this realm, into each soul that is in need of it. It is through your receptors that more love light can be expelled upon all that we connect with, both physically and spiritually, soul level. Go in peace, my children, and enjoy your day. Thank you. Thank you. Well, hopefully you guys got something from there. It was pretty powerful stuff. Anyway, thank you all for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. I appreciate it. Thank you. Take care. Bye.